vet. He ain't doing too good, but you know God is good all the time. So we gonna pray for Dip. You know what I'm saying? He uh he hasn't eaten like 2 days, so I told myself if he wasn't better by today, I was gonna take him. So I text the vet. I got a text back to bring him by 8 o'clock. So that's what I'm gonna do this morning. Uh, it's kind of nerve wracking because I got this dog and he a Frenchie and I love him to death, but I don't want to see him suffer. And I don't know what's up with him. So I'm gonna take him, get him checked out. But until then, you know, we want to talk about this thing called respect. And I'm gonna do it on this channel, and then I'm gonna do it on my other channel. I want y'all to understand, respect is a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be 100% understanding about respect. Nowhere does it say I respect you when you don't show me any respect, right? So we look at the narrative of what it would be if somebody treated you less than what you are valued at. You can no longer put yourself in a position of well, maybe this is what it is, or maybe this is how I should be behaving or acting or whatever, right? So for me, respect is like everything. And a lot of people will look at you and say, man, well, I'm only going to respect those who respect me. Now, I respect everybody till you give me a reason not to. But you also got to look at it like this. People have a breaking point when it comes to respect. Like, they have a breaking point. Like, if you one of them people who just 9 times out of 10 a selfish person, or you just think that everybody else got to do it for you and you ain't got to do it for nobody else, like, that shit that will make a person just say, you know what? Nah, not today. So you got to be clear on that. Um, a lot of times, like, we go around and we'll just try to please everybody's uh how you say, you try to please everybody's feelings, right? And then you turn around and then you see them doing something not even 48 hours later they're doing the same thing that you were doing, right? So respect is a two-way avenue. You have to be clear on who you giving respect to, because some people will try you just to see how far they can go and see if you're still going to respect them the next day or that in an hour from now. No, it's not like that. You want somebody to respect you, you gotta give them that same thing. What happens 9 times out of 10 is that you run into a person who has always done it their way, so they feel like their way is the only way, and that's their prerogative. Not knowing that respect has a breaking point, right? So when we look at why people start acting different towards us, like the I don't care method, like when people start being like, man, I don't care no more. It's because they have done all they can do to make sure things are in order. You know, you can't tell somebody, and this is for men and women, you can't tell somebody you love them in the morning and then you got a whole bunch of complaining to do by the afternoon. It's not how that works. It's not how it works. And it's incredibly like, just out of pocket. What's up? Um, we as people haven't developed what old people used to have. Old people would say nobody knows my business except me and the person that's going through it, right? Also, like, we looked at it in a different way. What's up? Ch 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 ch. You know what it is. Um, I'm up, man. You know, I just want us to get on a new level, on a new page called respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, my boy. How you doing? Um, Men, we have to really go through it before people respect us. We got to go through it. When a man starts showing his vulnerability, right? He's looked at as weak. He's looked at as not being the man for that person, but he's going to work every day. He's a good listener. He's a good provider. It only becomes when a man has decided that, yo, the way you are coming at me is not it. You need to change up. It's when it becomes a problem, right? Women, your outlook on men is so different from when back in the day when I guess the woman stayed home, took care of the house, the man went out. Once time went on, women was like, yo, I'm 50-50, I'm equal. I can't even say 50-50 because I be seeing some things that are like, yo, are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Who says something? I'm going through it right now, man. My current vulnerability is them cheeks. So yo, dead ass, like, stop disrespecting, bro. Like that. I'm serious. Like, I don't even play the disrespect game. Um, you gotta look at it like women want you to respect them at a high level, but they show you a low level of respect. Like, a man don't want a woman who's just showing her body to everybody, and then he's like, you ain't. You'll hear like, well, I'm doing it for you. Nah, you doing that for you. You know what I'm saying? Where a man has to understand, like, we don't want a woman that's just out there like that, right? So you're asking me to respect you, and you're just dressing and just flaunting, right? Because some of y'all, I ain't gonna lie, what I'm about to say gonna hurt some of y'all feelings, but it's cool. Some of y'all was probably ugly in school, and like y'all developed late in life to be beautiful people, not knowing you was always a beautiful person inside, right? But you didn't get the attention, right? Where some of us like was fly throughout life, so we got that attention throughout life. That don't mean it was any better or any worse. But one thing we gotta understand is like, as people, you gotta know where you stand on things. I got friends and family who talk to me and they say, man, look, you the same person you always been. I had to adjust that. No, I'm not. I grew as a man. Now, one thing I will not tolerate is somebody blatantly disrespecting me and thinking I'm just gonna go ahead and be like, oh, okay. I'm not going for that. Cause I wouldn't do that to nobody else. But one thing I realize is like, I'm very cautious on what I do. I pay attention to how people move. Like if I see you doing something, and then I'm like, okay, that's how we moving. And then I do the same thing you did. You can't say nothing to me. You can't say nothing to me. You just gotta accept it because some people don't get it. Like I've argued numerous times about being around people who drink. Right? I don't like being around people who drink. I don't like that because after a certain amount of drinks, people don't know how to act. Right? I don't like being around people who always complaining and arguing, but they never see their faults, right? They'll point yours out in a minute, but they never see their own faults. You have to start talking to people like that, like, yo, let me explain something to you. Not saying I'm going through this, y'all. I don't want y'all to take this like I'm going through it. But what I'm saying is like a person that has nothing to talk about that's relevant is upset because there's no drama going on. And I mean this. So when y'all say, well, hey, my woman don't respect me, but do you demand it? My man don't respect me, but do you demand it? Your man stopped respecting you when you started thinking that you were single walking around half dressed. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when your man is trying to come home and have a conversation with you about how his day went and you turn it around and make it about you, he don't want to hear you. He don't want to hear you. He just needs you to listen to him. Men, your woman is like this. She really believes that every man in the world wants her. no matter how big, small, ugly, cute, whatever. She believes that. Why? Because she has a vagina. Not knowing that every man is not like that. Every man don't care what you have. Some men want a woman that they can have a conversation with. Some women want a man that can do more than just play basketball all day, play video games, like be intelligent. They want that. Now, how do you stop an argument in a relationship? Let me just go ahead and give it to you like this. It depends what the argument's about. If you hearing the same argument over and over, you got to start looking at the person you with. Just look at them like, you ain't got nothing else to talk about? And it happens, y'all. I don't care if you've been together 5 years, 6 months, 14 years, 20 years. Eventually, it will come up in conversation. But it's only going to come up to hurt the person that is like relevant towards. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. I just calm down, take a few minutes, and we apologize. Right, but even when you apologize, I want y'all to be clear on the apology side. Is it authentic? Is the apology authentic? Because what if somebody is complaining about the same thing, they apologize for it today, and then they do it again a week later? That means that apology wasn't for nothing. It was all for nothing. You got an apology for what? For something you gonna hear about like 2 months later? You know what I call that? There's nothing new. So you gotta find something to bitch about, right? It's for nothing. If a man cheated in a relationship a while back and he ain't doing it now, and you bring it up like now, like you know what he's gonna tell you? Like, what does that gotta do with right now? If a woman was out doing her thing and everybody, you know, and you bring it up, what does it gotta do with today? Like right now, what are you complaining about? It has no value. And then you wonder why the person you're with is looking at you like, well, go find somebody else to tolerate what you're trying to put them through. Because living in a, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I don't care if you live separate. I don't care if y'all live together. I don't care if y'all married. I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was the vet. Hey, I'll be back, y'all. Shit.